I got it. I think I got it. All right. Here we go. So, you know what? Y'all catching something brand new. Restarting the show in the middle of the show so I can record the video. But here we go. The Knicks with a terrible game against the Golden State Warriors. It was a horrible game. Just got wiped off the court. I mean, the 3 quarters of the first half, we played okay. The end of the first half, the Warriors did what the Warriors do. And here we go, man. Let's talk about it. All right, for you guys that's on live with me, appreciate you guys putting up with me restarting the show. I just wanted to make sure that I got a recording in. All right, so thank you for sticking there with me. We got a video chat. Up here. We got Nick G. We got Ant G. We got Isaiah. We got a new guy in the chat. I don't know. I think I've seen him before. I think he was in the chat before. You know, but we're gonna go ahead and talk about this game. Talk about a few takeaways from this game, and then we're gonna do what we do from there. All right, so let's get to the video chat. So we got Isaiah, right? We got Nick G. We got Ant G. We got new guy. I'm gonna start with Isaiah. Isaiah, keep it clean, man. Keep it clean.
I want everybody to know I got ears, man. I got ears.
He got ears. And for anybody who doesn't know why he's saying that, because somebody in the chat said he doesn't have ears. Right? And if you look at him, if you just take a look at him right now, it looks like he does not have ears. You can't see his ears. Just look at his picture. You can't see his ears. Really.
Yo, it's the way Sim saying that make it so funny right now, son.
Like, for real.
Yo, he said he really don't have ears. Look at his face. He has no ears.
I mean,
yo, son. Yo, Sim, you know you was the dude in high school that hyped up the other people to fight?
That wasn't me, man. That wasn't me, man.
Nah,
I didn't hype him up. I didn't hype him up. I was probably fighting. Back in them days.
Nah, but okay. This is the simplest thing. This is all I'm gonna say. 13 assists to 36. That's the ball game.
Yeah.
That's and Sim, you can't even make that up. It's 13 assists in a whole NBA game with professional players. 13 assists.
Yo, that's terrible. Man. It's not good.
I mean,
it's terrible.
I mean, I just, in all seriousness, I don't know what to say about that. That is just, it's just, I'm surprised we mustered up 95 points, to be honest with you, with 13 assists. I'm surprised we mustered up 95 points. But again, this is just the definition of a championship team versus a rebuilding team. But even rebuilding teams don't play 13 assists unless you're the Chicago Bulls. You know, this is just, I don't know what else to say, man. But you go on to the next person because it's 13 to 36. That's the game. That tells you everything,
say, man. Not too much else that you can say. Nick G. I'm coming to Nick G. Nick G, what's going on, man? How you been?
Ain't not much. I can't complain. Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year to you, too. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
I'm listening to what they're saying.
So, what's your take of the game?
I got to mute Isaiah. I can't stand him.
Yeah. Mute that guy, man. He won't stop talking, so he won't stop.
But my take on the game, man, it is much to be expected. I mean, it is what it is. You know, you just gotta just take it and just hope that we see what we know what we're missing from this team, you know, next year and this off season, because this is between this and the Utah game, I mean, what more can he say, man? You know, it's sad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, there's not much more you can say about the game, which is the reason why, truly, and Isaiah says, Isaiah is right. I say I'm going to be short, and I'll be on for 5 hours, but I'm going to be short today. I'm not being on for 5 hours to talk about this. Forget that.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I mean, come on, man. It was just ridiculous. You know, the number of open layups, cuts to the basket that were just not defended was just it was just utterly ridiculous. You know that you had that many open looks at the basket and they weren't defended. You know what I mean? At the very least, have them defended.
I also thought they went to Kanter too many times, man. Like Kanter, he doesn't deserve the ball. He clogs up the lane. He doesn't do anything but look for rebounds, and it kills like offensive flow. I can't. Like Kanter needs to leave this team. Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he won't be here next year. Whether it happens through trade or they just don't re-sign him, I'm pretty sure Kanter likely won't be here this year. Next year.
Mm-hmm.
The way it is, they got to deal with him for another, at the very least another month. I suspect that if the Knicks don't find a trade for Kanter after the deadline, they'll probably buy him out, let him move on to another team. That's what I suspect might happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Hands down, I agree. Like he can't. Like if Mitchell Robinson was healthy, you got to ask yourself how many minutes would he get then? Because at one point in time, he was losing minutes to Luke Cornett. I listened to another podcast the other day, and they brought up something that was real interesting. Look at how many Knicks that have left our team and just went out the league completely. And we can look at this whole team like right here, right now, and just say a bunch of these guys jobs after they leave this team. A bunch of them.
It could, yeah. I mean, that's true. That's definitely true. Yeah. If there's a handful of guys on the team that it is possible that they could leave this team and no longer be in the league.
Never gonna go. Trey Burke, this quickly. Trey Burke, 24 minutes, right? But he couldn't even blow past big men. He couldn't go, it was simple one-on-one plays where he should be able to blow past his man. He just can't do it. And he doesn't even call for a screen, to make simple, legit plays, intelligence-wise. He's not there. I don't see them being in the league. And we don't have NBA players on this team. A bunch of them are not.
And, hopefully next year we have some NBA players on the team. Let's hope that changes up and next year we have some NBA players on the team, man, because it's stressful to continuously deal with nights like this. Let's get around, see what some other people think. Ant, I'm coming to you, Ant.
Oh man, this game was like watching this game felt like you strapped down on a train track and you just see the train coming at you. And you just gotta watch the train run you over. That's how this game felt watching it.
Yeah.
It was terrible, man. It's like you ever play a basketball game against your little cousin and he go to the bathroom and he go to the bathroom, you turn the board game sliders and he come back and he don't know what's going on. You can't miss, and he can't make a shot, and all the game sliders are just turned up. That's what it felt like playing this team, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't fun to watch, man. But I don't even know why I watched it, but it wasn't too much to take from this game.
No, it wasn't much to take from the game at all. I don't know what we can really take from the game. It wasn't much to take from the game at all. None at all. Nothing at all. We were just garbage. You know what I mean? The first quarter and then, 3 quarters of the second quarter, we were okay. And then we just went to crap from there. You know what I mean?
It just felt like it was a helpless feeling. It wasn't nothing you could do. You had to force yourself to enjoy the Warriors, I guess. That's what it came to.
Right. Right.
So.
All right, let me get to James. James, what's going on, man? Hey, James, don't let Isaiah talk to you like that. That up.
He wasn't talking to me, bro. He definitely wasn't. He was talking to somebody else.
You know what I'm saying?
He looked like he needed the joke. You feel me? He needed the joke. Look at him. He had to.
My man right here need to go ahead and finish washing the dishes before his mom gets on him, man. He got the dishes showing. You better finish washing the dishes, boy, before your mother say something. You know what's gonna happen. Go ahead, James.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, let me just say,
man.
Why did they post up Varley 1,000 times? Like, I'm confused.
Why did they post up who?
Varley. Like, they posted him up at least like 10 times when I was watching the game. He had the ball in the beginning, like the first quarter. He was posting up Klay Thompson. He couldn't get by Steph Curry. Like, I'm trying to figure out what part of the offense is that. Did they go into the game saying, "All right, we're gonna post up Noah Varley"?
I think that they were trying to slow the game down a little bit. Obviously, it didn't work. I think that maybe was part of their strategy to try to slow the game down, and play a little bit. Try to play in the post. Where that is supposedly their weakness, right? Playing in the post, supposedly. I think maybe that was the strategy. Try to get some, try to play a little bit in the post.
I mean, going through Noah Vonleh, you're gonna have a long night. I mean, I agree with some of them. Like, when people say they need a system, but truthfully, like, I came on here probably like a couple months ago and I said, I really don't care about this season. I keep telling y'all, they don't have no talent. I don't understand this. They don't have talent. So it's like, how much? It's like, what you gonna do? There's nothing you can really do. You can't coach them up. You can't coach. These dudes have been in the league. Azonia, Moutier, these dudes has been in the league. These guys are not dudes that nobody know what they can't do. They got tape on these dudes, and nobody really improving. Like, I'm confused. I'm confused. I like Moutier, though. I do like Moutier. He cool, but I don't know if he could stay here next year. I don't know about that. But I do like Moutier. I don't agree with them. Moutier is the best point guard on the team, but I don't think he could stay here next year. And tonight, I didn't see him do anything. So I'm confused. He's supposed to be at least averaging 20 points. Ain't nobody here on the team where Tim Hardaway Jr. been hurt for 2 months. Nobody's really taking shots. He's supposed to be averaging at least 20 points a game.
You say Moutier is supposed to be averaging 20 points?
At least, easily. He's 6'5" at the point guard position. There's no reason why you can't go to the post, get a couple points. I don't understand. Do y'all play? If you play basketball, if you're a big guard, you can take your man to the post. You could play the offense could really run through Moutier, but he has no IQ. He just has a big body, a big frame, and he's not really athletic. You feel me? So he doesn't have. I thought Fizdale would be able to coach him up, like he said in a press conference, but.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that basketball IQ. That's that's Moutier for you, man. Let me go through this box scores. All right, and we'll take a quick look at the box scores. The Knicks tonight versus the Golden State Warriors, and ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to enjoy these box scores. Right? I know I'm not. You're not going to enjoy it, but we'll go through them anyway, because that's protocol. The Knicks lost to the Golden State Warriors 122-95, and it was embarrassing. You know what? That Utah game was embarrassing, but this was almost equally embarrassing, to tell you the truth, because layup after layup. I mean, that's what it was. It was layup after layup. Shots. I mean, the Warriors cut down the lane, layup. I mean, it was just ridiculous, and I just kind of zoned out after a while because I was sick of watching it. That third quarter was just really bad. I mean, the Knicks late in the third quarter, you have one timeout, because you're trying to keep the game under control. I understand. I understand why Fizdale was using the timeouts, trying to keep the game under control. It's just ridiculous. The Knicks played tight the first quarter, 31-25. Second quarter, it was 30-26. Not bad. Third quarter. But you know, they continue to, it continues to add up every time you lose a quarter, right? You lose by 5-6 points. So the Knicks were down 11 points at the half. 12 points at the half, excuse me. Knicks were down 12 points at the half. The Knicks got outscored by 14 points in the third quarter. Right there, that's a 28-point lead. The Knicks even lost the fourth quarter by 1 point, 28-27, and end up getting just, rolled over by the Golden State Warriors, 122-95. All right, take a look at, some of the totals. The Knicks were out-rebounded 49-39. 9 offensive rebounds for the Knicks, 15 offensive rebounds for the Golden State Warriors. The Knicks needed to be strong on the offensive glass to help slow down the Warriors, which obviously no one's going to slow down the Warriors. At least not the Knicks. The Knicks with only 13 assists. 13 assists. And by contrast, they had 16 turnovers. That's bad. You have a negative assist to turnover ratio. Come on, man. That's just ridiculous. 11 steals on the night for the Knicks, 1 block. The Golden State Warriors, again, like I said, had 36 assists. 9 steals, 10 blocks. 10 blocks. Only 15 turnovers. The Knicks at the half were shooting 47% from the field at the half. They end up shooting 39.8%. The Golden State Warriors, 51%. The Knicks, 25% from 3. The Warriors, 31.1% from 3. They shot 45 threes. They made 14 of them. The Knicks shot 24 threes. The Knicks went to the line 21 times. They shot 90%, hit 19 of them. And the Golden State Warriors, they only went to the line 12 times because they shot 51%. They made 10 of them for 83.3%. The Knicks did have a 3-point lead. We'll give them that. The Warriors' biggest lead was 33. Another debacle for the New York Knicks. Take a look at the box score. Because, to be honest with you, there wasn't many New York Knicks that did anything tonight worth really. It's just horrible. Von Lay, 5 points, 4 rebounds. Kevin Knox, 12 points, 2 rebounds. Luke Cornett, 6 points, 2 rebounds. Tim Hardaway Jr., he only took 7 shots on the night. He only played 20 minutes, too. He was 4 for 6 in the first half. Ended up 4 for 7 for the game, 13 points, 3 rebounds. Emmanuel Mudiay, 7 points, 4 assists. Mudiay had 4 assists in the first half, so he had no assists in the second half. He only played 24 minutes on the night. Mario Hezonja continues to play hot basketball, probably playing the best basketball of his New York Knicks career over the last 3 games. 19 points, 6 rebounds. Alonzo Trier, 11 points, 3 rebounds. And that's Cantor, 12 points, 16 rebounds. Damian Dotson. Let's talk about Damian Dotson a little bit, because for a while now, Damian Dotson really started off the season hot, playing very well, but he's been missing. And when I'm saying missing, I'm not saying missing shots. He's just been missing as a player. What happened to Damian Dotson? I guess that's, when you're an inconsistent team, when you're a team that has incomplete players, it's gonna happen, right? Eventually, we're all hoping that Dotson, can be consistent. There was a point where he was our most consistent player, and he may have been our best player. Our best both two-way player at least. But offensively, he hasn't been showing up lately. 0 for 7 tonight, Damian Dotson. 1 rebound, 1 assist. Trey Burke, 10 points, 1 assist. Courtney Lee, Lance Thomas got no playing time tonight. Do we even need to go to the Golden State side and look at it? I guess we will, but Kevin Durant, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Draymond Green, 2 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. Now, that's a player right there that impacts the game without even scoring. 2 points. He only took 5 shots, but he's got 11 rebounds and 10 assists. Impacts the game. Kevin Looney, 8 points, 7 rebounds. Klay Thompson, ladies and gentlemen, 43 points, 2 rebounds. 18 for 29 from the field. shot 62.1%. 7 for 16 from 3, shot 43.8%. Limited dribbles. I don't remember the count. What did he take? Under 10 dribbles tonight? Under 10 dribbles? Steph Curry, 31 minutes, 14 points, 5 for 19 from the field. Didn't shoot that well, but it doesn't matter. He had 14 assists, most of them probably to Klay Thompson. 2 players on their team, double-digit assists. Andre Iguodala, 7 points, 1 monster dunk in the first half. Quinn Cook had 8 points. Jerebko had 7 points. Alonzo McKinney, 5 points. Jordan Bell, 2 points. Jacob Evans, 2 points. What do you expect, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Golden State Warriors. And the Golden State Warriors haven't really been playing up to snuff. But leave it to the Knicks. Leave it to the New York Knicks to help get them back on track. Right? Leave it to the New York Knicks to help get them back on track. But ladies and gentlemen, that's the recap of the game. I don't know how much more we really want to spend on the game, to be honest with you. I don't know how much more I want to spend on the game. I want to talk about other things because I just don't want to talk about the game. It's too ridiculous to talk about that game. So let's talk about some other things. All right, let's talk about Kristaps Porzingis. Let's talk about him because, as we know in the news, or rumors today, that the San Antonio Spurs have significant interest in Kristaps Porzingis. Right? Does that scare you? Does that scare you at all? Because for some people, it might. It just might scare them. You know what? It makes me think. It really does. I'm not going to lie. It makes me think. And yes, I do know that the Knicks can match any contract. But in today's day and age, the way the NBA is today, I don't know how much that really matters. The Knicks can match a contract, but players have ways. If a player really wants to be somewhere, they can find a way to get there. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. I know that the Knicks can match, but I believe that there are ways that players can get to the team that they want. I mean, they can easily just go and say, you know what? I just don't want to be here. I want to go to San Antonio or whatever, or whoever it is, or wherever it is. So I wouldn't just write it off, honestly. That's just my opinion. I just wouldn't write it off. Is it likely to happen? Nah, I wouldn't say it's likely to happen. Let's check it out from The Ringer. This is from The Ringer. Kristaps Porzingis and the Knicks. Right? Last time we saw Porzingis on the court was amid a roller coaster season. Let's just get down to the nitty gritty. All right. If I could find it. The Spurs. And here they're talking about, this article, it's on The Ringer, just kind of explains Porzingis' contract situation. All right. And then talks about teams that have significant interest in Porzingis. Right. Obviously, the Knicks can extend Porzingis a qualifying offer this summer, which would make him a restricted free agent. And that's the reason why the Knicks would be able to match any offer given to Kristaps Porzingis. Right. But as it says here, the Spurs are also viewed as a team with significant interest in Porzingis, according to league front office sources. Though it'd be difficult for San Antonio to create enough cap space this summer. In any case, signing a max offer sheet would make him an unrestricted free agent in 2023. If If the Knicks keep Porzingis, they will likely have to pay him the max one way or the other. Blah, blah, blah. We know that. And also, the Brooklyn Nets will have significant interest in Kristaps Porzingis, right? At the very worst, what this does is drive the price up. If the Knicks don't want to pay a certain price tag for KP, him going out, testing free agency, signing an offer sheet, would at the very worst, well, I'm not going to say it at the very worst, could possibly drive up the price tag for the New York Knicks on Kristaps Porzingis. But my question is, with Porzingis going out as an unrestricted free agent, given the state of the New York Knicks right now, is there a chance that a team like the Spurs, if they can find cap space, and the Spurs have been creative in the past and finding ways to create cap, they've found ways to do it because they have a very good front office that is creative, right? The Brooklyn Nets will probably have the money. Could one of these teams really pique KP's interest and pull him away from the Knicks? You know, I mean, honestly, I think it's a valid question to ask, because we know that the Knicks and KP have had a rocky relationship. Now, from what I understand now, they have a good relationship, have a decent relationship. I'm going to say that it's not been without fault with David Fizdale and Scott Perry and those guys, you know, but they seem to have a pretty good relationship. I don't know. It's just a question. It's just a question. And I want to know what you guys think about it. And I'm sure some people, you know, don't even want to bring up the subject, or, you know, tell me I'm just looking for news to talk about or whatever it is. That's cool. I just want to know what you guys think. You know, is it a possibility that KP would be enamored with someone like the Spurs or another squad? You know what I mean? Isaiah, what do you think?
Sim.
And listen. One of the reasons why I'm asking this question too is because while KP has said that he wants to be in New York for his entire career, he's also said, but he also wants to win, and he wants to win first. And listen, when KP comes back, he's going to want to win. When KP comes back, it's going to be his 5th year in the league. All right, fifth year in the league. You know, and after suffering an injury like he did, if it were me, I'd be like, you know what? I want to win. I'm not trying to, you know, wait for this building that. I want to win. And I want to win now, because my career or anybody's career could end at any minute. I want to go get it. And I don't blame him for that. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah, can you turn that down in the back? I don't know what you be watching, man.
Nah, I'm watching the highlights. My bad. Well, so Sim, whoa, bro, you wildin'. Come on now. that's after the stream. But no. But on a serious note, though, Sim, seriously, I don't really give this any fire, because in the history of the NBA, there's never been a player to never take the rookie extension. Knock on wood. I don't want KP to be the first, but there's never been a rookie that hasn't taken the rookie extension. It just hasn't happened. No, it hasn't. No, most rookies take. Every rookie takes a rookie extension. There's never been a rookie. What got traded? They traded him.
Go ahead. We can't hear what he's talking about.
Oh no, but yeah. So there hasn't been really any rookie that hasn't taken a rookie extension for the most part. My thing with KP, I don't think KP is gonna go to a market where. Look, for example, Kawhi Leonard left because the market for his advertising himself wasn't big. That's why Jordan didn't give him a big contract, because nobody seen him play. I don't think KP as a business side is going to leave New York to go to San Antonio.
Well, you know what though, but see, I'm not. from what I understand, from what his team says, KP is not as worried about the money. He's going to get the money, and with social media the way it is, I think he can. I don't think KP is the kind of player that needs. Some players need a big market like New York, LA, Miami, Chicago to market themselves. I don't think KP needs that kind of a market. I think wherever he goes, KP can market himself. He's going to be marketable.
Yeah, but I don't think. Now listen. Now I'll say it like this: if I don't think he's going. I don't think he will go to the Spurs because I also think, for example, I don't think Greg Popovich is going to be there that much longer for him to coach. My opinion, I don't think he's going to have a couple more years, and I definitely don't see him going to the Nets because he's not going to go to the little brother of the Knicks. I just don't see KP leaving. Okay. I mean, is it a possibility? Yes, but I don't think he's going to leave because what we have right now that's going on right now. Yes, we look terrible. We do look terrible, but we do have the young pieces coming. We have young pieces coming. We're going to have one more high draft pick, and then plus, I don't think KP's going to go out west. If he wants to win, in my opinion, I don't think he wants to go out west where the competition is going to be so much. He'll rather be back in the. Most likely he'll probably stay in the East because he has a better chance of coming out of the East than he would the West. Yeah. It's a lot of firepower in the West versus the East. And to me, the Knicks are on the uprise. The Knicks are on the up. So when we become good, we're all gonna. I think everybody's be coming into their own. So I don't really believe KP will leave the situation that he's in right now because our young core is made up of players that are 23 and younger.
Okay.
And if you want to even put Dot in there, 25 and younger. So
I agree that most likely it is not going to happen, but I'm going to say
it's possible it can happen.
I'm going to say that KP might give it some serious consideration, honestly, because when he does as a restricted free agent, listen, he's going to be a restricted free agent. You've got to do your due diligence and go out and see what else is out there. You have to, in my opinion. I think he will, right? If the Knicks give him the qualifying offer, he has to, because he's not going to accept just the $7.5 million qualifying offer or whatever it is, right? He's going to go out and see if he can make more money than that. I'm pretty sure he's going to go out. So in order for him to do that, he's got to go out, unless the Knicks, unless they do something else and lock him up earlier if they're able to, whatever. He's going to go out, test the market, see how much money he can get. And that right there can be chancy, because now you open your player up for a team to sell him, to say, look how we can use you. Look what we can do. I'm not sure that players look so much as saying, I don't want to play in the West. Honestly, I look, and if it's someone like Greg Popovich and he's like, I got a chance to play for one of the greatest coaches, or maybe the greatest basketball coach to ever coach the basketball game. I know that this guy can put together a team. I know that he'll know how to use me in his system. We have, San Antonio has a stable, a stable front office. They have a proven track record of being able to build teams and stay relevant. You know what? I'm going to say he listens, if that's the case. If they're able to find ways to make money for him, I'm going to say he listens at the very least. That's what I think. That's just what I think. I think he listens. I see people saying, KP loves the limelight of being in New York and all that kind of stuff. You know what? This is a small world when it comes to social media, and you can get the limelight. You don't have to be in New York to get the limelight no more. You know what I mean? We'll see how it goes. And what do you think about this, man? What do you think?
I think it's under 10% chance he goes anywhere. And I say that because KP, whether he listens or not, I don't think it really matters, because I don't think the Knicks are letting him go for nothing. So there's two scenarios here. If one scenario is KP doesn't want to be here, right? which I don't think is the case, right? But say he doesn't want to be here.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks would be idiots to let him just sign somewhere and not match. What they would do is match and then trade and get something for him.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course, they could, they would be able to do something like that. I mean, but even, even if that's still the case, I'm just saying he's still leaving. He's still going, right? You know what I mean? He's still going. So let's just say someone gave him an offer sheet and he signed the offer sheet, right? Signing the offer sheet is saying one or two things. Either I'm going to make you pay me, or I really want to go there. And then that's when they'll sit down and they'll say, hey, which one is it? Are you just trying to make sure that we pay you, or do you really want to go there? And if they say you really want to go, I really want to go, then yeah, they'll probably try to figure out a way to do a sign and trade or something like that.
But
right?
I think it'll work out more in the way of the Knicks will tell KP, go out there, right? And we'll match whatever you sign.
Right.
And I think that's the way to work out more. One, I think KP sees the attraction of New York, and whether Kevin Durant comes to New York or not, I think KP and I think the rest of the NBA see that the Knicks are on the up, right? And whether KD decides to come to New York or not, I think it's clear, at least to me, that he's
Oh, we lost him. We lost Ant. I'm gonna come to my man with the hair because I ain't had a chance to speak to him yet. Hey, my man, what's going on with you, man? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, bro. Can't hear you. So while we getting you there, let's go to James. Tell me what you think, James. James, what do you think, man?
I think first off, I don't think KP definitely we shouldn't see him this year. That's the first thing.
You said
he
we should
play this year. He shouldn't play this year. That's the first thing.
Okay.
Second thing is, before immediately after the season, we need to sit down with KP and we need to let him know the actual plan that's going to be taking place. There needs to be no miscommunication between him and Steve Mills and Fizdale and Scott Perry, because unfortunately KP is in the driver's seat. Because let's say he wants to go somewhere else, in the media that just looks so bad, because if he wants to go somewhere else, nobody else is gonna even think about coming here. So
that's the truth. That's the truth.
He is in the driver's seat, unfortunately, and the Knicks they need to realize that. I'm not trying to say you got to go there on, but he's definitely in the driver's seat, because, like I said, it's all about perception. If people see that Porzingis, the guy that you drafted, leaves or signs an offer sheet, and he starts saying like, I don't want to be here, and he actually wants to force his way out, not only do you lose KP, you lose every other potential free agent that year, and then you have to do a whole rehabilitation process with your team, just like what people think about your team. So, KP head is big. Like this is true. We know this. Like he knows that he's good, and rightfully so. And really think about this: should he trust the Knicks?
And see, that's the big question. That is the big question. We gotta
trust the Knicks, bro. No,
right.
he should take this with precaution.
Right.
Definitely.
Right.
Make sure that these guys know exactly what they're doing. If I was him, I would do the same. And if I was the Knicks, I would make sure that I'm in communication with him and let him know our plans. Let him know, like, this is what we plan to do. A,
right.
B, C, D, all the options to
right.
make him feel that he's a part of what's going on.
Right. Exactly. I mean, you're 100% on point with that. You know what I mean? Should he trust the Knicks? No, he should not. No, he should not trust the Knicks.
I'm the biggest Knicks, but he can't.
And in order to try to build that trust, Scott Perry, Steve Mills, they've really got to lay out the plan with him. And look, check it out. And I know it was a different regime, but so far with KP being in New York, how many coaches has he had already? 4 different coaches. How many different general managers has he had? 2 already, right? He's already had two general managers. How many different? Exactly. How many different teammates has he played with already? We don't even know. I mean, oh, I don't even know what Nick G is saying, but he's just got a bunch of numbers up there, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he's played with umpteen players, so it's like I can feel him. Like how do you put your trust in the organization? You gotta trust. Like I see someone in the chat, saying it's a different, we got a different group up here now, and he's got to try to trust that group. And that's true. We got a different group, and hopefully, we got things together. I do trust Scott Perry with his moves. I'm so far, I've trusted Scott Perry in his moves, and they've got to let Porzingis know. You know what I'm saying? They got to let Porzingis know exactly how he's going to fit and what, how all of this is going to work, because he has no reason, in my opinion, to trust the Knicks. You know what I mean? None at all. You know what I mean? And let me come to Nick and see what Nick thinks. Nick, what you think, man?
The number I was trying to put up, he had like 50 different teammates.
Oh, 50.
None of them are still in the NBA right now. It's crazy. Remember the amount that Melo was playing with. You remember how many players? It was like 100 players that cycled through the team,
right?
And none of them are in the NBA right now. Like
right.
Even Stoudemire, as soon as he left the Knicks, he played for one team and immediately went straight to Israel, right?
Yeah.
Trash, all of them. All of them are trash. So, we got to rebuild the team. But I disagree with James saying that the Knicks are not in the power seat and Porzingis is. Number one, Porzingis still hasn't played one healthy season.
That's true.
Yet. He got to prove himself. Thank you, Ant. But, we're both in the same boat. So it's shared, literally. He has to show that he is valuable and worth, because I did the math on what the $120 million contract would be over 5 years. That's $24 million. Mm-hmm. If you only get 70 games out of a $24 million guy, I could at least sit here and say we get 68, maybe 80 games out of Hardaway every year, right? And we don't want Hardaway, but he's there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so if just by availability being his worth, you can't sit here and say it. Porzingis truly has to be on that Embiid contract where if he's healthy, he gets paid. Uh-huh. So that's the only way we got to re-sign him. He's got to show us that he could be healthy. He's got to show us that he's worth $24 million, because that eats into our cap situation. Because I just did the math, we'll have $40 million in cap space, right? If we sign a free agent, like a max cap guy, then we're looking at doing the math. I think another $20 million contract guy, right? Mm-hmm. If we do some trades, we do some finagling and stuff like that, we could probably bump it up to 26 to 30. And some of those guys that are in that range, they may not be looking at the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Or they might be second tier. So the Tobias Harris, maybe Jimmy Butler, if Jimmy Butler strikes out in Philly. So the kind of free agents, I'm looking at this whole free agent class, we may not have a good free agent that we could get this year.
Oh, yeah.
But we may have to go one more year that, 2020 for a good free agent.
Right.
So yeah. I don't think Porzingis is in the driver's seat. He's still unhealthy. He hadn't played this season. So
right. That's
he's
the
not
big
in the driver's seat.
That's the big thing. He's still unhealthy. He hasn't played this season, and we'd have to see how many teams, which I think teams will still take a chance on him, but see how many teams will take a chance on him. It's gonna be a sticky situation, but yeah, I don't think that he should trust the Knicks organization until they prove it. and really look through all of his options. And at the same time, the Knicks got to be smart. And that's what makes this situation a little sticky, because they got to be smart, especially if he doesn't play this season at all. Now they got to look and say, do we pay him? Do we not pay him? It's tough. Porzingis could, I don't put this out, Porzingis could say, I'll accept the qualifying offer and then become an unrestricted free agent in 2020.
That will work best for both of us.
That probably would. We'll see. We'll see if that's. It's coming off of an injury. If it were me, I can only speak from if it were me. Coming off of an injury, I think I would want my contract. I'd want to lock down 4 or 5 years, right? Because until you really get out there and play, you don't know how your knee is going to react, right? Until you get out there and play. If I didn't have an injury, and like LeBron James, hardly ever gets injured, right? You got some players like that. Maybe I would bet on myself, say, you know what? I'll go ahead and take that qualifying offer. If I really, if I was questionable about the organization, I'll take my qualifying offer and I'm going to go into free agency. Given the situation that you're not going to be sure how your knee is going to hold up, if it were me, I'd try to get that 4 or 5 year contract without chancing that qualifying offer, because you take the qualifying offer and then you go down with that knee and then you're an unrestricted free agent. I don't think anybody's going to touch you.
Well, the thing about it that makes it better for the Knicks, if he were to choose that route and the Knicks were to agree to it, that means we could trade him mid-season with or without injury. Like if he says, I just flat out don't want to be here, and it's an Anthony Davis type situation mid-season, you know what I'm saying? We could get, remember when what's his name? Phil Jackson proposed trading Porzingis years ago. We would have ended up with Lauri Markkanen, because that was one of the teams we would have traded. Right. Probably would have traded up to get Lauri Markkanen. I remember that. And the report was to try to get Lauri Markkanen and or Frank, or what's dude name who went to Denver? Not Denver, Utah. So Mitchell. Like imagine it, Mitchell, right? So if we had Donovan Mitchell and Lauri Markkanen on this team, Lauri Markkanen is like an inch shorter, but he's stocky. He's not as skinny as Porzingis. We would have been a better situation. They're pretty much the same player. Right. He's not Porzingis. He's not. He doesn't play the defense. But he's still, like, from a shooting standpoint, he is the greatest 3-point shooting big man next to Luke Cornett that ever went through college. Like honestly, like it would have worked. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta also do, like, if we ever just get like a big haul, like what the Nets got, a bunch of picks and some decent players, we could do the same trade. We could trade them to Boston, try to get a bunch of their good players and then get some draft picks too. Right.
But what I was saying though about it's not smart for KP to accept the qualifying offer.
No, it's not.
Yeah. It's not smart for KP to accept that qualifying offer. All right, I'm gonna go to Ant, and then we'll go on from there. Go ahead, Ant. What was you gonna say?
So I think what's been a little understated here is like KP's want to really be in New York. I think he really wants to be in New York. I don't think he's looking to leave. I think KP is I think, like my boy Nick said, KP and the Knicks are kind of in the same situation. They're in wait and see mode. So I could definitely see KP doing a 4-year deal with opt out after 3, right? To where the Knicks get a chance to prove themselves. And if they don't, he opts out at 26 years old. That's a win for both, in my opinion. But, I just don't see him bailing on the Knicks at this point.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that he is looking to leave, but you hit unrestricted, you hit that free agent market and teams start to sell you. It can change your mind real quick, in my opinion.
Well, hopefully, if our front office is as competent as we think they are now, they're already having these discussions with KP. Like, they should already be showing him the plans and keeping him up to abreast to what they're doing. If they're not, then I mean, they're just incompetent. But they have a whole year to sell him.
Well, I mean,
we should be doing that stuff already.
You know, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. I'm just not. You know, I think that I think it would be smart for him to weigh his options. That's
definitely. I mean, that's what you know. I mean, if I was advising him, I would tell him to go to every team and see what they.
Yeah, you know, it's smart for him to weigh his options.
But Brooklyn is a joke. You know, and see what's out there, because let's be honest, there are some situations that are probably better for him, where he'll get his money. And listen, you know, people talk about the market and being in New York and all that stuff. If you're winning, I don't know if the market means anything, honestly. You know, but let's take a quick look at the Tankathon standings. We're going to keep watching the whole KP situation, because it's going to be coming up soon. And I'm sure more things will come up. And that article, you can catch that on the Ringer. You can catch it on the Ringer and read the article a little bit further in depth. We didn't really go that much in depth with it. You know, because like I said, you know, I'm keeping this one short tonight. So I'm only on here for about 10 more minutes. It's already 2:00 in the morning. You know what I mean? Already 2:00 in the morning. Anyway, here's the article. You can read a little bit more for yourself. Let's take a look at those Tankathon standings. I know you guys are, you know, some of you guys are itching to look at the Tankathon standings and see where the Knicks are right now, with this loss to the Golden State Warriors and, you know, whoever else we just lost to before the Golden State Warriors. I forgot now. Let's take a look at it, though, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, the Knicks are in third in the Tankathon standings. And that's all you got to do, is be in that third spot. That's all you got to do, is be in that third spot, and you get a 14% chance to get the number 1 overall pick. All right. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they're running away with it. They're on a 10-game losing streak. Phoenix Suns just won 1. The Knicks have lost 2 in a row. Chicago's lost 4 in a row. Atlanta, they have lost 1. The Washington Wizards, with John Wall going down for the season, are climbing the standings, the Tankathon standings. They're climbing up the Tankathon standings. So that's where we are right now, ladies and gentlemen. And look, if you take a look at our schedule, I mean, with the way that the Knicks are now, there's not a lot of teams that we're going to be beating out here. Even if we try to win, there's just not a lot of teams we're going to be beating out here, because, you know, that's just how bad that we are. We don't really have to worry about it too much. You can cleanly root for the Knicks to win without feeling guilty that you're not rooting for them to tank, because the Knicks aren't going to win anyway. So feel free to root freely. Root freely, ladies and gentlemen, without any guilt attached to it. The Knicks' next game is Friday versus the Indiana Pacers on ESPN. A loss, most likely. Then they play Sunday versus Philadelphia. A loss, most likely. They play Washington in London. I don't know if that's going to be a loss, because Washington right now, they're doing the same thing. You know, they're losing. They probably want to lose. All right. OKC, Martin Luther King's Day, OKC, which nothing but Knicks will be there. Probably a loss. Houston, a loss. Maybe we beat Brooklyn. Miami, Charlotte, Dallas, Boston, Memphis, Detroit, Toronto. Probably, maybe we pick one. Maybe we get one in there somewhere. But there's a lot of losing ahead, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of losing ahead. This may be a season where we have a record number of losses. Hate to say that, but it really might be one of those seasons where we just have a record number
of losses, and I probably should have put that put that schedule up so you guys could see it. But it's going to be. Don't worry about. Go ahead and root for the Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, because there it goes again. I got it up there one more time for you guys to see. And there it is. All right, we're in January. Indiana, Philadelphia, Washington. Maybe we can get that one. OKC, Houston, Brooklyn, Miami, Charlotte, Dallas, Boston, Memphis, Detroit, Toronto, Cleveland. Maybe we can get that one. Philly, Atlanta. A lot of losses going up into the All-Star break. A lot of losses. And while I'm on the website, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, we got about 5 tickets left to the Martin Luther King Day matinee. All right. 5 of these tickets left. You get a private lounge on Chase Bridge. Food and non-alcoholic beverages are included. Courtside during the pregame shoot-around. Get to participate in the NBK live stream. And hopefully you get a chance to jump on the court, shoot some free throws, or take a picture on the court. Only 5 tickets remaining. So make sure you get your tickets now, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm going to put a link right in the chat so that you can go ahead and get you some tickets if you want to join us. We're going to get back to the chat. We're going to talk about the Knicks versus Indy this Friday real quick. And then I'm heading off, ladies and gentlemen. I can't stay on all night. I just can't do it. I would love to, but I can't do it this time around. I know the other night we were on until 4 o'clock in the morning. And that was a pretty late night for me. But anyway, let's get back to the video chat. And I want you guys to take us out of here, man. Knicks versus Indy. What are your thoughts? Isaiah, I'm on you.
Oh, you want me? Oh, yeah, hold on. Let me get on my bed.
That didn't sound that that didn't sound good, right? Come on, Isaiah.
Yeah, that didn't sound good, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. That didn't sound good. But, it happened. It didn't
sound good, man.
People kept saying I got no ears, so y'all gotta deal with that. So now, we face Indy, right? Friday.
We play Indy Friday.
What's his name? Sabonis? Is it Sabonis?
Sabonis. Yeah.
Yo, this dude, he gets perfect games against us.
Yeah, he cooks.
He literally shoots like 12 for 12. I think he did it like. Yeah, well, that's gonna be an L because we're literally not gonna stop Sabonis. That dude, it's crazy how when he faces us, he literally goes 13 for 13 or 12 for 13. He literally doesn't miss a shot. Yeah. So, yeah, that's gonna be an L.
Yeah, most likely be an L. What can we do, man? What can we do?
And it really don't even be Victor Oladipo, man. It really be that Sabonis kid, man.
Yeah, Sabonis kills us. He kills us on the boards and he kills us scoring. He's good. He should be. They bring him off the bench probably for some bench power or whatever. He easily could be a starter for that team. Easily. Good player. Nick, what's your take? Indiana, New York. What's your take on that game? L. Cool. You got the double L's up.
2 L's, actually. 2 L's.
2 L's.
Last name Cool J.
Yeah, man. It's kind of sad. It's going to be a sad one. I think we'll just come out, try to fight, lose the third quarter, and just lose the whole game because of the third quarter.
Yeah.
I mean,
so that's
our MO.
When do we get? I got everybody unmuted now. Okay. When do we get our next win? Somebody tell me that. When do we get our next win?
When I get some ears.
Never.
No,
I think when Mitchell Robinson comes back, we might get one.
I think when Mitch comes, I agree with Nick. When Mitch comes back, I think we might get a win.
What about the Wizards game? No John Wall.
We can win. We could actually win the Wizards game. I'm not even trying to be funny. We can actually win that game.
No. Bradley Beal is playing out his mind right now. No. Okay. Even though they're losing games, no, they're still going to win.
What about Brooklyn?
And then
No.
Brooklyn playing good too.
They play in a system.
In a system.
Yeah, Jared Allen.
We have a
blocking
system.
shots like crazy,
I
man.
still disagree with y'all. This whole system thing. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll say that for another debate, man, because it's late. We about to jump.
Oh man, I scream at my. Oh my god. Anyway, go ahead. Just go ahead. Just go ahead. We have a system. Y'all just don't like the system. That's the problem. Y'all got to just.
It's ISO 101.
Well, let's not even get into it. We're gonna say.
Wait,
we're gonna
Nick.
he said, but
let's get into it, Nick. Come
he said,
on,
but
Nick.
it's a system.
Whatever. Because I want to be on that debate chat. I want to be on that debate chat. I want to go at whoever says we don't have a system. I'll bring video evidence of a system.
Sign up and follow me, everybody.
Do I play basketball? I did play basketball. I don't play now.
You telling me that you look at the game, you see a real system, bro? You see pick and roll. That's it. That's not a system, bro.
Oh, wait. They do run sets. They do have plays, but guys abandon the play or don't call the
How do you
play.
abandon the play? We don't even got backs. How are you abandoning these plays?
Hey, fellas.
All right. We're gonna save this.
Whatever.
We are gonna
you said
save
10 minutes,
this.
Go ahead. I could go into it if you want me to, but no.
Not.
We have a system, but they just don't like the system.
We're gonna save this. We're gonna save this for the debate. We're gonna say this for the debate.
The system
Right now,
to the players.
Right now, I got about 8 people signed up. We need like 8 more people. You can go right on the website.
I'm signed up. You already know where I'm.
Yeah, you go right on the website, and there's a little message button on the website where you can just put your information in there, and we're working on getting it all set up.
Don't forget your social securities.
Yeah, social media. I don't want their social security numbers. Nobody gonna tell me that I robbed their identity. All right, fellas, man. I'm gonna head out for the night, man. All right, it's already 2:00 in the morning. I appreciate all you guys for staying on with me till 2:00 in the morning. All right.
And I got ears, everybody. Don't doubt it. Keep playing me. I got ears.
Got little chipmunk ears up there. We see him.
Hey, don't say that, man. Only my grandma can say that. Only Nana can say that.
All right, fellas.
All right, yo.
I'm out, man.
Y'all.
I'll see you guys Friday.
All right, bro.
Peace.
Mario, amazing finish to this game tonight, but over the last 3 minutes, this a whole bunch of stops when they needed them. Defensively, how did you get what you wanted down the stretch?
I mean, we started the game really well, and then we slipped in our defense a little bit. We took some selfish shots too, so they came back to the game, and our big point of emphasis in halftime was to get stops and get more aggressive and get into the body, So I think we did a good job out there to finish the game, and that got us a win.
You haven't gotten a whole lot of playing time lately. To come in and do what you did tonight is so incredibly difficult. How did you find your rhythm so effortlessly?
I mean, it's not difficult when you practice. We have a